Well, 2 people have been killed after an explosion on a bridge linking Russia to the occupied Crimean Peninsula. Moscow has blamed Kyiv for the attack as it pulls out of a UN-brokered deal to let Ukraine export grain through the Black Sea. It's a move that could see critical grain blocked from some of the world's poorest countries.
It's 300 miles from the front line, but that hasn't saved the Kerch Bridge from being attacked for a second time. The road left hanging at a precarious angle. Addressing his security cabinet in Moscow, Vladimir Putin promised retribution.
This is a senseless crime from a military point of view, as the bridge hasn't been used for military transportation for a long time, and it is cruel because innocent civilians have been killed. Russia's response will follow.
The most likely weapon, seaborne unmanned suicide drones that Ukraine's used already against Russian shipping during this war. Simple, say experts, but effective.
They're a boat with a radio control element and a satellite link and a remote control navigation system. It's pretty basic technology, but getting it to work in a combat situation is quite an advanced activity.
The attack is bad news for Russia, both strategically and symbolically. Russia annexed and illegally occupied Crimea in 2014 and occupied this chunk of southern Ukraine after its invasion last year. It has only 2 routes to supply the peninsula, through the occupied bit of southern Ukraine and over the Kerch Bridge here. The bridge is 12 miles long, the longest in both Europe and Russia. There's actually 2 bridges running parallel to each other, each spanning the Kerch Straits. One is a 4-lane road bridge, the other is a double-track railway bridge. It's both vital and vulnerable. The first attack happened here in October last year, destroying the bridge partially, putting it out of action for months. Now, a second attack has done major damage to it further east at this point here. This was the attack in October. A huge fireball caused, say the Russians, by a truck loaded with explosives. The bridge was only reopened 2 months ago, personally by Vladimir Putin, who regards it as one of his greatest achievements. Something Russia's czars and Soviet leaders dreamed of, he said, but never brought to fruition. The latest strike on the Kerch Bridge is another blow to his prestige. Will almost certainly not be the last. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News.